Hi, this is Chantel Bacchus. We're here with Mindful Mondays MKE, and we're here about to start the podcast live. We had a few technical issues, so we're going to work from this device right now. And we are so excited to present to you Tearra Nicole. She's here with our host, Shavonda. You have a special artist name that we should be using today?
Shavonda Marie.
Shavonda Marie. Yeah, so it's going to be a wonderful interview. I hope you all pay attention and join us at Mindful Mondays MKE. We'll let them get started. I'll turn that volume down. Go in this one. Are you going to do it here? Yes, I can choose you.
And will they be able to hear us? Or should you come up a little closer, baby? Can you come up a little closer so you can hear us? I don't know if you're going to be able to hear us.
Okay, so there. You can turn that off. The volume down. Just for now to get started. VIP, that should be
Now, are we?
We go to the
Will we be able to hear?
first one, yeah. Do the. Okay, I've done it before. Yes, I'll hold it. Because you got two. You can hold it.
I think that turns the off. All right, you all. I am Shavonda Marie with Love, Strength, and Love. Also part of the Best of the Best TV. In absence of Sir Quentin, I am here. So, hi.
Hi.
Today we are at Mindful Mondays, and we are at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing. Today we have Tearra. I'm sorry. We have Tearra here, and we are going to get a little bit about the AI into artificial intelligence. I'm just go ahead and let you introduce yourself today.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Tearra Nicole, aka Tonilet. I am a Milwaukee artist, and I've learned to integrate newfound technologies, such as technologies from Web3 and also AI, and incorporate that into my artwork to create myself a new audience and tap into a new ecosystem.
Nice. So Tearra, we just have a couple questions. We
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
kind of dig into the background of what is actually artificial intelligence. Just tap a little bit into it.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
why you kind of, or how you kind of started to tap into it.
Okay. Just to break it down to the most simplest that even a child can understand. AI is nothing but computers that mimic the human functionality of the brain. And so just think of a human computer doing what you needed to do on your behalf, where you're not involved. That helps relieve the time and efficiency as far as the job at hand, whatever the task that you need done. So I got introduced to AI. I was already involved with Web3 technology since 2020, but 2022, I was introduced to AI. The first generator or anything pertaining to AI that I touched was the Google Colab AI generators, and this was back in 2020. And so at that point, AI was just it was a buzzword. People were whispering like, "Oh my gosh, what is it doing? Is it doing something?" And I was just like, you know what? I was like, this is open source. I was like, well, let me just see. And so I got started, and I was seeing what I was able to create, and I was just like, you know, this is amazing. Like, I'm a traditional artist, but even though I was involved with the technologies, I hadn't figured out how to reinvent myself as an artist. So this is before I became Tonilet and any of that. I was like just really playing and like, what can I come up with? And once I was seeing the results I was getting, I was realizing that, hey, I no longer have to sit at the canvas for like 10 hours, right? And I don't have all that time just to make a piece. Now it's giving me my time back. So I just kept playing with it. And then I started to go back towards old pieces that I had
Okay.
And then I was just pretty much morphing it, and pretty much a lot of those pieces became AI assistant.
Okay.
So there's a difference between like the AI generated images and then the AI assistant, meaning that at some point I learned to come in to add my own feel to these things, where it became my actual work. And of course, even if it's still AI generated, me giving the AI generator a prompt and a command to create whatever is still art, right?
Right.
But I think when it comes to my own artistic expression, I wanted that to show more. So that's why I went and did the works on these AI assistant works.
And with you doing the work, you kind of came up with your own little business. What is it? C9.
Yeah, so my artist name.
Sorry.
Yes, my artist name. It was just random. I needed to reinvent myself, because when I had an audience in art, it was so many years back, and life just kept. I put the art down and just start living life and getting jobs and stuff like that. So I fell away from it, and it wasn't until I got into the space of Web3, and then I seen what other artists were doing with their work, and I was just like, okay, how can I incorporate my art again? I was like, because I don't have an audience anymore. I'm like, yeah, I know who the people who had the physical pieces that I had years ago, but it was just like I still don't have any contact with these people. I'm like, I need to reinvent myself as an artist, and I think as an artist that's important, because you have those moments where you kind of lose yourself, and it was like you kind of lost yourself, girl. So who are you now? And I came up with so many names, and I'm just like trying to make it fit, and I'm like, no, it's not work. That ain't gonna work. And I was just like, okay. And T9 just came up, and I was just like, I don't even know what that means. I was like, but the name itself, I was like, I couldn't find anybody else with that name.
Okay.
And so I was just like, you know what? This is it. I was like, it's gonna be T9. I was like, and this is it. And it just stuck. Like, nobody else has the name, so it's just now people recognize the name before they do me. So, which is fine. I wanted it unique like that, but that's how I became pretty much T9. I had to reinvent myself.
Okay, nice. So what are what are some of the primary goals and the features that you have for tonight? I'm sorry if I
no, you're fine. I think one of the primary goals I have is being able to really establish myself worldwide on a worldwide level.
Hey.
It's one thing to like me be able to walk in and see my art in offices and people's homes, but I want that same effect everywhere. You know what I mean? And so I think it was more as like, how do I reach a global audience? And it was just keep working, and I kept working, and now I have collectors from different countries, and all by way of this technology.
Right. Nice. I love it. It's actually something that's very inspiring to me, because I love art, but I didn't it was just one way. And I kind of connect with a lot of different people who's actually showing me in different ways.
Absolutely. You can be an artist, absolutely.
Yes. So, okay, how has T9 actually impacts the users of the AI world or community?
Oh, I've been a part of so much within the last 2 years. So I got a chance last year. I got a chance to work my way up to be the engagement lead for East Chicago. East Chicago is the Midwestern's largest blockchain conference, and I'm the only Black woman.
Wow.
And my counterpart, he's the only Black male. And together, as our business Craft the Future, we're involved in marketing, but we're the marketing branch to East Chicago. And we had a successful year 1, and we'll have our year 2 in spring of next year. But I wanted to be a part of East Chicago because I understood what it meant. This technology, I'll just say this, we are at a point where this won't be done again in history.
Right.
And once I understood that with the technology, my thing was to make a dent in history.
Exactly.
Like, I wanted to be involved so much so that, when I'm long gone, my son would be able to say, this is what my mother was doing on chain, this is what she did. And things of that sort. But it also just to educate people. Like, I came in as a student, so 2020 pandemic hits. I started investing in cryptocurrency.
Okay.
I didn't understand what it was, but I honestly forced my way into it. So oddly, I invested in a node. I didn't even know what a node was.
Okay.
And then once I seen that this technology was allowing me to earn passive income, I was just like, okay, wait, what can I use it for? And then I got to questioning, and then I started learning more, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is an entire ecosystem. Now how can I use my art with it?
Right.
How can I, and I was seeing these artists attach this ecosystem to their, their physical pieces, their digital pieces, whatever, but they were creating a new way. And we're at an important time in history where we weren't alive when the U.S. became the global standard to the world and all of that. That was a unique time in history. What I'm saying is something similar to that nature is happening, but on a global scale with the technology. And so we're talking about infrastructure. So economic infrastructures are being created out of this technology that we can't afford to ignore.
Right.
Because some of these things that are happening are once in a lifetime opportunities, and if you miss it, it's over.
And a lot of times it's not even letting us miss it because it's just hitting us dead.
It's like, well, everything happens so fast. Everything is happening so fast because it's a global effort to build upon the technology. So, yes.
I could definitely see that and understand that. So can you share some type of tips that you have for people who is like just interested in AI and they don't know or they don't have the kind of coding or the kind of schooling? What would you say to someone to kind of put them or get their foot into the door?
Well, first I always ask them what they do for a living.
Okay.
To try to figure out that part. To see if AI can somewhat assist them with anything they're doing work-wise.
Okay.
Also, what are their habits? So just kind of, because there's so many different AI tools, it's good to just kind of ask the people, what are you interested in, or what do you do for a living? Are you sitting at a desk all day for 8 hours? Are you always on emails, on calls? Okay, well, I know a tool that may be able to assist you with that, where you're not spending so much time, you're not so tired. Allow AI to assist you, so that way you buy your time back. I think that's the entire point. It allows us to buy our time back.
Yes. Time is very important. So what is most exciting for you? What is most exciting for you when it comes to actually using the artificial intelligence that we have out here?
The works that I'm able to create. It was because of AI I even found my own lane and the style.
Okay.
And I know that sounds crazy, but it really took me to have to experiment with so many different generators, experiment with so many different styles, to where I started to notice, like, why do I have a habit of always commanding AI to create this specific one? And it was just like, well, that's your style. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, I'm starting to see my style here, and I like it. But I really love what I create. Like, sometimes I can't even think I'm creating. I really have to sit back like, oh my gosh. I'm like, this is so next level. And I just really just to have fun and just know that I can use these tools to assist me where I'm not choosing struggle.
Okay.
Not choosing struggle.
Exactly.
we
So wrapping it up,
yes, ma'am.
We just don't go. How can our audience actually find you to kind of get more information or tap a little bit more into the businesses that you have out there in the world?
Yes. So you can find me on most of the socials. So you can find me on X at Tonilet, T9LET. I'm on IG as well, Tonilet.tez. I'm on LinkedIn, Tearra Nicole, Tonilet. Pretty much all the socials except Facebook. I think that, and TikTok. Those are the only two that I'm not on. But honestly, a Google search. If you all just Google search, most of my stuff is just going to pop up, and then you'll be able to have all the links. I'm on East Chicago's website. I'm on our personal website as well. So I'm not hard to find, guys. I'm really not.
All right, we really appreciate you actually coming in and kind of sharing a little bit about AI with us. For those who are still tuned in, we have been having some technical difficulties with our computer, but we will be back interviewing a couple more artists or creators. When we come back, please stay tuned with Mindful Mondays at Greenwood Art Gallery.
Thank you.